The rope was still there. 20 years later, frayed and bleached by the sun, it swayed gently from the oak's lowest branch. Noah's stomach twisted as he reached up, his fingers stopping just inches from the coarse fibers. "Don't be a baby, Noah. It's just a game." Danny's voice echoed in his memory as clearly as if he were standing right beside him. 12 years old again. Summer heat, sticking their t-shirts to their backs. The smell of cut grass and impending rain. Noah jerked his hand back. The doctors had called it survivor's guilt. The townsfolk whispered curse. He knew it as the rotting hole in his chest that never healed. The old neighborhood looked smaller now. The woods where they'd played were half cut down. New subdivisions creeping toward the clearing where the oak stood. Only the tree remained unchanged, its trunk twisted like a spine, roots bulging from the earth like buried fingers trying to claw free. Noah hadn't planned to come back. But after the divorce, after losing his job, after the dream started again. "You have to go back," Danny whispered in last night's dream, "before they cut it down." A chill ran down Noah's spine, despite the August heat. He pulled out his phone and took a picture of the tree. When he looked at the screen, his breath caught. Something pale hung from the branch beside the rope. Noah lowered the phone. Nothing there. He raised it again. In the digital image, a small figure dangled silently. The phone slipped from his numb fingers. When he picked it up, the image showed only the tree. "Stress," he muttered, wiping sweat from his brow. "Just stress." But as he turned to leave, the leaves rustled though there was no wind. "You promised you wouldn't tell." Noah froze. That wasn't memory. The whisper came from right behind him, carrying the damp, earthy smell of freshly turned soil. He forced himself to look. The clearing stood empty. But the rope now hung lower, the end tied in a perfect noose, exactly at child height. Noah's pulse pounded in his ears. He stumbled backward, foot catching on an exposed root. As he fell, his hand plunged into the earth, where the tree's roots met soil. Something cold and smooth brushed his fingers. With trembling hands, Noah dug. The dirt came away too easily, as if the ground wanted to give up its secret. His fingers closed around smooth plastic. Danny's Transformers lunchbox, the one he'd carried the day he disappeared. The rusted latch broke as Noah pried it open. Inside lay a moldy notepad, the faded words still visible. "Noah made me do it. If I don't come back, it's because..." The rest was illegible. Above him, the rope began twisting violently, though no wind blew. The tree groaned like old floorboards under weight. "You said it was safe." Danny's voice came from every direction now. "You said you'd catch me." Noah's vision swam. The memory came crashing back. Not the sanitized version he'd told police, but the truth. The dare, the shaky chair, the snap of rope fibers giving way one by one. And most of all, the terror in Danny's eyes as he realized Noah wasn't going to run for help. A cold hand closed around Noah's wrist. He looked down to see small, dirt-caked fingers emerging from the earth, gripping him with impossible strength. All around the tree, the ground bulged upward, as if something beneath was pushing to get out. The rope dropped neatly around Noah's neck. As his feet left the ground, Noah finally understood why Danny had come back after all these years. Some games don't end until both players finish their turn. If this story gave you chills, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more terrifying tales.